What's up, nerds? Welcome to the DNA Games Cast, episode 23. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Davis, alongside me, as always, Brian Anderson. Good to be here with you guys.
Always.
Dude, this has been a week. It's been a day.
I've been very busy today. Unfortunately, not with gaming stuff.
Yeah.
So that's like this.
Yeah, like real life stuff.
I've been adulting today, and it's been awful.
Yeah, I had to get up at 5:30 to go to work.
Yeah.
And then I had to stay over. And then I took a little bit of a nap because I felt like, I needed to get that nap in. But when I went to get dressed, I put my foot in my boxers, and now my boxers have a big hole inside of them. It's great.
It's one of those days, man.
Yeah, it's one of those days.
I can't complain too much. I'm getting my pool ready for
That's
summer.
true.
So.
That's true.
But a lot of work. But that's all right.
You had positive adulting today.
I had positive adulting, yes.
But, I don't know. And, dude, the Cavs. So worried about the Cavs.
I'm a little nervous. I know Game 5 starts here in about 15 minutes, so...
I'm worried.
The series should have been over by now.
Yeah.
I thought we'd win in 5. That's what I told people before it started, and now I'm a little nervous. I think whoever wins tonight will win the series.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, a lot of stuff going on. It's hard to think about games right now.
I mean, we're at home, so...
Yeah, we should.
It'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. Well, let's get to the reason why everyone's here.
Yeah.
I'm going to start the spiel again because it's new.
Oh.
So, this is the DNA Games Cast, the official gaming podcast of the Digital Nerd Advocates. Remember, you can find the audio of this podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher on Thursdays. You can find the topics of the show broken out on YouTube /Digital Nerd Advocates Network Monday through Thursday, and a complete show posting on Friday. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, join the community groups, and check out our website at digitalnerdadvocates.com. Let's move into the first topic.
Let's do it.
Brian, I've been playing Doom. Let me tell you how good.
Choice.
Let me tell you how good Doom is.
Tell me.
Doom is a great game.
Doom is a great game.
It is a fun game.
I told you to buy it.
It is a game worth playing.
Yes, yeah, it's definitely one of those games now. I think I've answered this on Facebook. So people have asked about the multiplayer, and I mean, there's not a lot to it.
Yeah,
it's something that you can do in short bursts.
Something we talked about last week.
Yeah,
was Battlefront.
Yeah, it's kind of Battlefront where you play it and it's fun at first, but it gets very kind of old after a while. But the campaign. Yeah, and this is why Battlefront failed. Because if Doom came out and it was only this multiplayer, this would be a failure of a game. Yeah. But the great thing is that it has its campaign, which is really why you're buying it anyways. This isn't like Call of Duty that you're buying only for the multiplayer. You're buying Doom to play the campaign. And it's fantastic.
Yes, it is.
It plays great. It's fast. I think my only complaint last week was that I think there's too many glory kills and it kind of slows down that fast pace.
It is,
but you don't have to do the glory kills.
It is too easy to get those.
Yeah, you can glory kill. Like I said, I told you can glory kill everything. Yeah, pretty much. But the guns are fun. The chainsaw is quite possibly I wish I had more. I know you put gasoline into it. Yeah. Man, I wish I could just use that on everything. But obviously that would be cheap. It's cool how certain enemies take more gas because there's bars at the bottom. I think I have 4 right now. I think you can upgrade it. Yeah. I have 4, and if it's a big enemy, it'll take 2 or 3. If it's one of the small minions, it's only gonna cost 1. Yeah. But some of those kills with the chainsaw are amazingly cool. Cutting those guys in half. That's sweet. Yeah. That's worth it right there to play. Yeah. Chainsaw's very cool.
Yeah. I'm about 5 hours in. But we might get in a little minor spoilers. But the story is actually something that you sort of want to pay attention to, even though it's dumb. Even though the opening scene is ridiculously dumb and hilarious.
I think they did it on purpose.
I know, but that's why it's funny.
Because that's how the games the old games the stories were kind of dumb. And it's Doom. I mean, you're not gonna get a realistic. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be out there and it's gonna be crazy, but you're not really playing it for the story, which is surprisingly. I'm not gonna even call it good. I mean, it's whatever. The story's whatever.
It's real dumb, but it's something that you It's so dumb and it's so making fun of itself that you want to pay attention because it's good that way, where it's like definitely making fun of Doom, and like that opening scene where you wake up in like some kind of sarcophagus and like people are praying to you and there's all these candles around, and the first enemy you slam into the side of the sarcophagus and you get up and you have to like work these computers to open the door to get to like the Doom Marine suit
to the armor, which is like iconic. Like that's the armor from the very first cover ever, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
that is. So that was very cool. That so right away I'm thrown back to the original in the first 5 minutes,
right?
Which is very cool. And then but like the guns are sweet. It's cool how you can upgrade the guns. I really like how there's different like they're not really attachments, but like on the shotgun
upgrades. If you press up on the D-pad, it like your shotgun, you can either have like a burst explosive rounds or like I don't remember what the second one is.
No, like it's like a burst where it shoots like a quick burst, or it's an explosive round.
Oh,
so
right.
Those are the two.
Right.
And if you push up, like he actually like you can see him changing it on the gun.
He changes like the
it's
front
not just
of the weapon.
like he actually changes the gun, which is very cool. But yeah, the collectibles. There's like so much to do in the level versus just like running through it.
I love the Doom Marine bobbleheads
that you
collect.
It's so funny getting those collectibles and the sounds that they make.
Yeah.
It's just a very well done game. I'm loving it. I'm playing. I'm playing. I don't know what mission I'm on. 6, 7, something like that. I don't know. I haven't put enough time into it, but every time I do put it on, I do enjoy it. And I have played the multiplayer, and like I said, it is fun for a little bit.
Yeah. One thing I do notice about Doom, which I really like a lot, is how like Metroidy it is with the backtracking and like stuff you have to find and to unlock the next area, and like there's a lot of backtracking in this game, which you don't get in a lot of like Call of Duty. It's like you run in the next area and you shoot like all the guys, and then you move to the next area. And like this game, you actually have to go back. Like I found myself backtracking to find key cards.
The maps aren't linear.
Right.
I mean, so like I don't know.
It encourages you to explore.
I think when I played the Foundry level, I was on that for a little bit because I think I missed a key card.
Yeah.
And I was just running around like so.
Yeah, and the key card's actually in like that side room. There's like a side room in that second area.
Yeah. And I finally got it, but I think the Foundry was the one where it took me the longest. But I'm trying to find like all the secrets, and obviously I'm trying to find all the armor to upgrade my armor, and the gun bots. I don't know what they're called, that you can upgrade your guns. So I'm always trying to find that stuff. Just try to make my guy as pimped out as possible.
Yeah, because he's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
We have a couple questions about Doom and Bethesda in general.
Bethesda is my favorite. I think I stated that in one of the podcasts.
Yeah. Darius, new listener, love the podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, Darius.
My question, I remember the original Doom and Doom 2. I was 14 when it came out and loved it. Doom 3 was great as well, though it didn't give me that Doom feeling I wanted. Do you think this Doom is more like those originals?
Yeah, and we had actually talked about this right before the show started, about how this Doom does hit closer to the originals. Doom 3 I still really enjoyed, but he is correct in saying that because it wasn't like as
Doom was
fast
more
paced.
Survival horror than like run and gun, kill everything, I felt.
Well, are you talking about Doom the original?
No, Doom 3. Doom 3.
Doom the original was like a run and gun.
Yeah.
Like Doom 3 was a survival horror. It almost played like a Dead Space to me.
Yeah.
It played a lot like Dead Space, but there was a lot of downtime. Mm-hmm. And it was like things you weren't sure when you were going to get attacked. Mm-hmm. In Doom 3, in this new Doom, it's almost nonstop action throughout the level.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of and I thought Doom 3 like the lighting was very dark, and that's not really how the originals were.
No,
the originals were actually very colorful.
Yeah, lots of red.
And so is this. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of the best looking games.
Looks very good. And this one is definitely closer to the original. Doom 3 was still a great game. I still had a great time playing it, but it was a lot different experience. And this definitely, they kind of went back to their roots. That fast paced, just it's insane. Your guy moves so fast, and you just kind of feel like a badass, which is what you want.
Yeah. Before we get to that next question, this actually brings up something that I wanted to talk about. Is like Bethesda is really like reviving these almost dead franchises. Like last generation, we saw Fallout come back in a big way with Fallout 3
on the last like you said, and the last generation. That was like a huge. I mean, Fallout 3 is still one of the best games from the last gen.
Yeah.
It still holds up now. And because like before that game came out, like I really didn't even know about Fallout.
Yeah, I never heard of Fallout until Fallout 3. And like there's a Fallout game on PS2 that was like a first-person shooter that was like really bad.
I was so confused why it was called Fallout 3. I'm like, what? Isn't this? I didn't know that there were other ones before. Like, it's a weird title to like lead off with. And then my brother's like, no, dude, there were 2 other ones that I had never played. Sorry. Yeah. But Fallout 3, and then like obviously I played Fallout 4 and New Vegas, and so they got me hooked.
Yeah, and then Wolfenstein was another game that they brought back. Because like there was one last gen that was just called Wolfenstein that was, I think,
I didn't play it.
I didn't play that one either, but like Activision had it, and it was Raven. I think Raven did it. I think I just totally made that up, but someone will correct me, I'm sure. But like that one was like this weird semi reboot, and then Bethesda bought the rights back,
and they made a
Machine
great game.
Games was just like, you know what, we're making a great game out of this Wolfenstein. And it's not going to be kind of how you remember, but it's still going to be a great game. And they had those secret Wolfenstein levels, just like Doom has the Doom levels, which I think is a great nod in how to win somebody back.
Yeah, like, having stuff like that is very cool. And I love when they do that. And that Wolfenstein game was awesome. I had a great time playing it.
Yeah, and that kind of goes into our next question. What would you like to see Bethesda do with a sequel to Elder Scrolls? I'm not a huge Elder Scrolls guy, but you are.
Yeah, I mean, I played. I kind of like. I know that people have been playing that game for the Elder Scrolls for a long time. I really got into it with Oblivion, and then obviously Skyrim, which is maybe my favorite game of all time. I put so much time into that. Then they've come out. They've come out with some other stuff. They came out with that online game that I got, but I really I don't know why. I did not like it. I couldn't get into it.
It was just a different type of game.
I didn't like how. I feel like they just need to go back and just like they don't need to do anything fancy. They don't need to really change their ways. They just need to do like a next gen, almost a Skyrim Oblivion. Same thing. Like all they got to do is like change the story and stuff, and that's enough for me. I don't need a lot.
Right.
They don't need to change it.
Just give you a new basically Skyrim in a new area, pretty much. Basically,
I mean, every time that they come out with DLC, like it's so good. Like their DLC for Elder Scrolls is some of the best ever. Especially like with this last one with Dragonborn and I can't remember what the one was called. It was like vampires versus I think it was just vampires, and I can't remember what that one was called. But that was both off the Skyrim one. And they were both they added so much content, it was retarded.
Yeah.
And like so I don't need a lot. Because I've played through Skyrim so many because there's so many different ways to play that game.
Right.
The way you can make your character can be so different, and I don't need a lot. So I would like them to just go back to that single player, just massive world, make it look beautiful, and I'm in.
Yeah. Did you
give me a story that I can jump into and just like put so many hours into it? It'll be ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's what they do well.
Speaking of that DLC, did you get the Fallout DLC?
Not yet.
No. Are you going to?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. What is it? Far Harbor?
Yeah. Yeah. It looks pretty cool.
I've been thinking about trying Fallout again.
I mean, they're either your game or they're like you have to dedicate so much time to these games that if you don't have the time to do it, you're not going to play it. Because if you don't get the full experience, you could half-ass Fallout and just do like the main
but that's
story.
Not where the fun is.
And the same thing with like Skyrim. You could half-ass Skyrim, only do the main quest, but that's like my least favorite part of those games.
Yeah, that's like
the side shit that I love the most. Doing stuff with the Thieves Guild was I love. I can't remember. I was just sad that I'm having a brain fart right now. What the it's not the Black Hand. I can't remember what the assassination group is called. Is it Black Hand? But like doing that kind of stuff is like my favorite parts. Like, and I'll just get lost because you'll go from town to town and you'll pick up all these other missions, and then you'll completely forget what you were doing.
Right.
And it's the same with Fallout, where you just go you just travel from town to town. I try to not fast travel a lot in the beginning of the game. I try to like walk, which can suck, but you pick up so much stuff just from walking from A to B instead of fast traveling from A to B. You can pick up so many quests, so many small little things. The best quests are always side quests in Bethesda games. Always side quests. I think my favorite side quest from Fallout was the one where you went to the mansion, and the mansion was completely normal. Like the house looked beautiful from the outside. The inside's still the same, and you run into this scientist guy who they've locked up their dad. Who it's like this long story, but that was like my favorite quest. It had nothing to do with the main story. Like the main story usually doesn't really intrigue me that much. It's all side stuff.
Right. Last question on this topic: are there any other dormant franchises that deserve the Doom Wolfenstein treatment?
Oh, it's Dark Brotherhood. That's what I wasn't listening to the question. Dark Brotherhood.
I wasn't listening. Are there any other dormant franchises that deserve the Doom Wolfenstein treatment?
There's obviously the one that we talked about, which is like the biggest one. And if they could do this game right, it would be fantastic. But Duke Nukem needs something.
The only problem is like Bethesda did these right, and like Gearbox owns the rights to Duke Nukem, and like the only way. See, Gearbox has such a hit or miss track record. Like Borderlands is always great, but like Colonial Marines was bad. Battleborn is not getting great reception.
I'm pretty sure that I don't know where I read this, but the stat that is out right now is that more people are playing Borderlands 2 right now than Battleborn.
Yeah, I saw
Borderlands 2 is a last gen game. I know that they re-released it with the Handsome Jack collection, but that is a last gen game that's been out for how long?
Probably 4 years at this point. 5 years.
And more people are playing that than Battleborn. I am thinking that I'm going to give Overwatch a shot.
Yeah, which we have a question about that later.
I really want to play that, but Battleborn, I mean, I know that there are people out there who like it. Because it doesn't matter what game you put out. There's probably going to be one person out there who likes it.
Yeah.
So I know that it does. I'm sure it has its fans.
And to be fair, we haven't played Battleborn, so we don't know.
So it's really hard for me to comment. I can only comment on what I have seen and read. It didn't look good to me.
Yeah, it looked kind of...
Because the thing is, I feel like the fact that Overwatch is coming out killed Battleborn.
Oh, yeah.
Because people just
Because the day Battleborn came out, Blizzard released the Overwatch beta.
On the same day.
And so the day that Overwatch comes out, Battleborn drops to $40. Like, to try to, whatever. But, Blizzard's games are always such high quality.
Blizzard does very, very good stuff.
It doesn't matter what they make. Like, Diablo's always great. StarCraft's always great. World of Warcraft's still going.
StarCraft, that's what I want to see.
Dude, Legacy of the Void just came out, like, last year.
What? Is it for PC?
StarCraft 2, yeah.
I'm talking about, like, console, because I don't have a PC.
Oh, well.
I would like to see it on console.
Yeah, well.
No? You don't think those games translate?
I mean, Halo Wars did, but that's because it was built from the ground up for console. StarCraft, I think, is a little bit more complicated than Halo Wars.
Maybe. I don't know. That one Command and Conquer game that I played.
But, like, Xbox One and PS4 both, like, they can use USB keyboards and mouse. So, like...
I don't know. I would like to see a StarCraft game for console. Yeah. I would.
Yeah. I don't really have any other dormant franchises because, like, there's already, like, I would say Knights of the Old Republic, but, like, the online one's doing so well, or, like...
Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, man.
No.
Look at Ratchet and Clank.
No.
Look at Ratchet and Clank. They're tearing shit up right now with that new game.
I would much rather see something like Jak and Daxter than
I would like
Crash.
to see Crash. And I actually think, I know there's a question about E3 predictions.
Yeah.
I think Crash is going to crash that party.
See, like, I feel like Crash is coming back in some form, but, like, Activision owns the right to that.
I know.
And, like, this is kind of like a minor spoiler for Uncharted 4, but they're playing Crash Bandicoot in Uncharted 4.
Oh, really?
And, like, I guess you actually get to play, like, a couple levels of Crash Bandicoot.
That almost makes me want to get Uncharted 4 just to play Crash, because Crash was awesome.
Gosh.
I can't believe you don't like it. Spyro the Dragon, you don't want to see that shit? No.
Skylanders, dude.
Is it in that?
Spyro, yeah, it was the very first one. Was Spyro.
I don't play that, man. I don't know.
Just saying. There was a Spyro somewhere.
So they hooked Spyro up, but they didn't hook Spyro.
Sorta. Well,
no.
Skylanders is like bigger than Spyro now, but the first one was called Spyro's Adventure, and
I didn't know that.
The pack came with a Spyro figure.
Oh man, I wish I want a Spyro figure. Those were sweet.
All right.